and thank you, Marty, for inviting me to be here today. It's a true honor to be with you all again as the Wyoming Catholic College liaison to the Wyoming Republican Party. I come to speak before you on the cusp of finals week at the college, and believe me, our finals are pretty intense. So it brings me joy to be here and acknowledge for a moment the great blessings of the semester and to share those with you all. In February, Jill Cook, the president of Wyoming's Catholic College's pro-life club, Cowboys for Life, she gave a speech highlighting the work that we've been doing in the club. She's the one who took over from me. I was leading the club, and now she's leading it. And she's just been a wonderful source of energy and creativity. She's always coming up with new projects and standing up for the unborn. It's fantastic. She couldn't be here today, so she asked me to tell you about a few of the projects that we've been working on recently. Our first action items were accomplished in partnership with many of you all. Several pro-life bills were considered in the legislature this session, as Governor Gordon mentioned, and by the grace of God and the hard work of many passionate individuals, 3 ended up being signed into law: the Born Alive Infant Means of Care, the Homicide Amendments, and the Higher Education Ban on funding abortions. These laws take concrete steps to protect the most vulnerable members of society, unborn children. As you all know, science tells us that from the moment of conception, even an embryo is alive, has human DNA, and is a whole organism, which means it is a human being with the same equal right to life as the rest of us. These laws reflect that reality and make our wonderful state more welcoming toward the next generation of cowboys. At the college, we were very excited about these victories, especially because we had sent hundreds of emails to legislators asking them to support the bills. Additionally, a few of us testified before the House Labor and Health Committee back in March, including my lovely girlfriend Olivia, who's with us today, and to show that these bills, which affect young people in Wyoming, are strongly supported by young people in Wyoming. We are passionate about defeating the culture of death and replacing it with a culture of life. An important part of that mission is providing support for the men and women in difficult circumstances that think that abortion is their only option. Thankfully, it's not. And I can say that with confidence because there are 11 pregnancy health centers across this state offering free tests and resources to women in need. Just last week, 11 of our students volunteered at Abba's House, the health center in Riverton. In a matter of a few hours, we sorted hundreds of clothes for babies ranging from newborn to 4 years old. These clothes will be given away for free to struggling mothers in the local community. As pro-life conservatives, and more importantly, as Christians, we have a responsibility to stand up for the unborn, both inside and outside the womb after they're born. In Lander, we're grateful for countless opportunities to do just that. As I always like to note, everything that we do is by the grace of God, and our most powerful tool is prayer. Our club members have continued to gather weekly to pray for an end to abortion in this nation, and especially in this state. We envision a Wyoming where every person is treated with dignity and respect as created in the image and likeness of Almighty God. On a more personal note, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you. I've been at Wyoming Catholic College for 4 years, and sadly, it's finally the end of the road. I graduate in less than 2 weeks, and as I reflect on what the journey has been like, I'm reminded of the wonderful memories and friends I've made at Republican Central Committee meetings over the years. I remember the first time I spoke to you all in Riverton. I remember the rush of energy, of new faces, of intense political discussion. But what I remember most, and what I will never forget, is the example that each of you provide of true servant leadership. I had never directly engaged with local politics before, but you all gave me a glimpse of what it's meant to be. Virtuous people who work together to improve their communities because they love them. Thank you for your witness of loyalty to God, to your community members, and to preserving what our founding fathers had in mind when they penned our Constitution. After getting to know a number of you and the work that you do, I'm happy to say that you all have inspired me to be active in local politics. Although I'll be saying goodbye to Wyoming in a couple weeks, I will hold fast to the spirit of Wyoming that you have passed on to me. a spirit of freedom, of personal responsibility, of genuine care for your community. As I mentioned to a few of you last night, I'll be moving down to Austin to work as a policy scholar at the Texas Public Policy Foundation, another ally in the fight to preserve our nation. Please keep me in your prayers, and I'll keep you in mind. Your work is not only making a difference for those right around you, but for young people in the state who are inspired to imitate your public service, like me. The conservative movement is growing because we have the truth about human nature on our side and in our very roots. Let's hold on to it with everything we've got. Thank you.